I worship you are here, rearrange your destinies. I worship, I worship you are here, turning lives around. Lift up your hands. I worship, I worship you are here. You are working miracles. I worship, I worship. I call it. Lift up your hands, I worship you, Jesus. I worship you. You are my head. Hello, good morning. Once again, you're welcome to Dsap, that is Digital Skill Acquisition Program, set 36. Today holds a lot in stock for us. And indeed, it's my great pleasure to welcome each and every one of us to this second day of the second week, or the 5 of our class activities. My name once again is Pastor Paul Molis, and I'm the registrar of Dsap. I will quickly be sharing my screen as we study something very, very important today. We will be looking at how important it is for us to take bookkeeping very seriously. All right. I will, please don't go away immediately after this segment, because we still have a couple of things to share together before we go into our classes. Enjoy the session. We shall be looking at basic business bookkeeping. You know, as the word sounds, bookkeeping is just all about keeping books. It's all about keeping records. We will just go straight into it and see what God will have us do. So we'll be looking at 3 core areas today in this our study. The first thing is the overview, okay, of business bookkeeping. The second is why business bookkeeping. And then the third will be rules for business bookkeeping. The overview, they say bookkeeping refers to mainly the record keeping aspect of accounting. I want to inform us that all we are learning today are basic. If you want to learn the detailed accounting for business entrepreneurs, you will need to attend our Dsap Business Academy, where such topics are treated in details. It's also free. Okay, when you search at Dsap Business Academy, or search our Dsap website and make inquiries, you will find out when we have the next one. Okay, so we said here that back to a topic today. Bookkeeping refers mainly to the bookkeeping, to the record keeping aspect of accounting. It's essentially the accounting process of recording all information regarding the transactions and financial activities of a business. What are we saying? Bookkeeping is simply record keeping of your financial transactions. In business, this is one of the areas where businessmen, particularly startup, they believe that their transactions are so small, the figures are so small, they are so infinitesimal that it is not important to record them. Every dime is important. Every dime is important. So learn to keep record. Learn to keep record of all your intakes and payouts. Okay, so why do we need bookkeeping? We need bookkeeping for first and foremost to know our total business turnover per time. What is turnover? Your total sales. Your total sales. If you are, I want to use bread making today for most of our illustrations. Okay, you say, for instance, that you produce 100 units or loaves of bread, a type of bread. Can we just call it fruit bread? 100 loaves of fruit bread. That's what you produce. And you have chosen by your pricing strategy to fix it at 300 naira per loaf. I'm using naira because we are in Nigeria, so it could be any of your own currency. All right, so if we say that we are producing 100 loaves of fruit bread and we sell each loaf for 300 naira, it simply means that we have 30,000 naira. That's our total business turnover or our total sales. All right, so it's important that you need to record. If you don't record that you produce 100 units and you will sell at 30 naira, how do you, at 300 naira, how do you know? How do you achieve the fact? How do you know that you are making a turnover of 30,000 naira every day? If you multiply that by the number of days you do it in a month, it will give you the figure, your total turnover for a week, for a month, for 3 months, for half a year, 6 months, or for 1 year, and so on and so forth. So the second one is that it also helps you to establish total sales and total expenses. We've told us that total sales is equal to turnover. We already know what it is. It is the total cost of all the materials that all our products or services multiplied by the unit price. All right? Oh, okay. So what about total expenses? Total expenses is also the total, the summary, the total of all the costs you incurred in producing that 100 loaves of bread, of fruit bread. Let's just for analysis sake, just say you are spending like 20,000 to produce 100 loaves of bread. If that happens, 20,000 to produce 100 loaves. Okay, the third one that talks about the total cost of each unit of a product or service. Mind you, we said that our total cost of producing 100 loaves is 20,000 naira. That means a unit cost, the total cost of 1 unit of that loaf of bread, 1 loaf of bread will be how much? 220 naira. Sorry, it will be 200 naira. Is that not so? A unit price, yes, will be 200 naira. Yes, 200 naira. 100. Okay, 20,000 divided by 100, it's 200 naira. So we now know that our total sales is 30,000. Our total cost is 20,000. And our unit cost per product is 200 naira. Okay, so because you're keeping records, it helps you to arrive at this price. You can calculate. If you're the one who just buys things and produce your bread and sells without recording, the question there is how do you know you're making profit? So the next one is to help you ascertain your business profit. Take for instance, now we already know that our total cost of producing 100 loaves is worth 30,000, and our total cost of producing the same 100 loaves is 20,000. It simply means that our profit is 10,000. I told you we're taking this in at basic level. We're not talking about whether it is a gross profit or net profit. Why? Because we have assumed all costs. All right, all costs is 200,000. That means our profit for that 100 loaves of bread that we have, fruit bread we have produced, is what? Is 10,000 naira. Record keeping, bookkeeping helps you to achieve that. Okay, number 5 point here, why we need to keep records of financial transaction. The fifth one now is for us to be able to distinguish cash sales and purchases from credit sales and purchases. What are we talking about here? We know that when we produce, some of the products, some of the raw materials we bought, it's possible we paid cash for some and bought some on credit. The same way, when we sell the 100 loaves we sell every day, it's possible that we sell like 70 of them for cash and 30 of the remaining 30 on credit. So your credit sale, when you minus it from your total sales, it will give you the cash sales, or vice versa. When you when you deduct your cash sales from your total sales, it will give you your credit sales. That is the money that people are owing you. The debtors are owing you. The same thing it is for purchases. Okay, on credit, when you purchase, when you bought raw materials for cash, you pay cash. It is called cash purchases. When you buy raw materials or some of your inputs on credit, it's also called credit purchases. So you are able to know from your total purchases of 20,000 we saw earlier on, how many of them, how much of it is cash and how much was bought on credit. Why do we need this? Don't worry, we will find out why we need it in the next one. The sixth item, the sixth reason why we need to maintain a proper bookkeeping record is to enable us know our total assets and our total liabilities. Don't worry, don't get confused by assets and liabilities. These are simple terminologies. Okay, asset is simply everything a business owns that it uses in producing its products and services. Everything it engages. For our bread making bakery, all your mixers, your ovens, okay, your electronic weighing machine, your baking pans, all of these are part of your assets, okay? But these are called fixed assets because you don't consume them as you produce. You use them over time. There are other ones called current assets. They are the things that you consume each time you produce. Things like your flour, like your sugar, like your butter, okay, and all the rest of your other consumables. So all these form your asset, form your total asset. But everything in your business might not be your asset. Take for instance, if you bought your oven, okay, on credit, you bought it on hire purchase, for instance, and the cost of that oven, you say, for instance, it's 100,000 naira, and you deposit only 20,000 naira, and they allow you to go away with the oven. So it simply means that your asset in that business is 20,000 naira part of that oven, while 80,000 is your liability. So liabilities are what you owe outsiders that are in your business. The things you have in your business. Sometimes some of your liability could be in current, can also be current, like you bought flowers, you bought some of your margarine on credit, you bought sugar on credit. Okay, those things that you bought on credit are called liabilities because they belong to third parties until you have fully paid. They are not yours. All right. Okay, so the seventh one. The seventh item here we are considering now is it helps us to understand our business cash flow. Your recording of your transactions will help you to know, for instance, every day, how much do you pay out to your suppliers through your purchases? Or how much do you receive from your buyers through your sales? You can have a record of that. You know, and then when you know that for a day, you will know that for a week. You can also keep a record of that. You sum everything up every week up to give you a month. And every 3 months will give you a quarter, and so on and so forth. So it will help you to know how your cash flows. Okay, it can also show you where your cash flows. Of all your input, you will know which one you're spending more on. You can know which one you're spending more on. All right, so it's very important to keep a record. Your record keeping will help you to establish your cash flow. Number 8, the 8th item, the 8th reason why we need bookkeeping is very important: tax purposes. When you don't have your records right, the tax authority will tax you based on their own estimation, and many of the time it's always overbloated. We all know that taxations are based on your profit, but when you don't have a record of your profit, they will only establish your profit. They will estimate your profit for you and tax you based on that. You won't be able to say, no, you have overtaxed me. Why? Because you don't have a record. So it's good to keep your record. When the tax authority bring their tax assessment and you have stayed and checked your record from all your profit, you're able to deduce your profit from your total sales and total expenses over a period to know what your profit is. If the tax, maybe they say 15%. If they tax you 20%, you will be able to go and contend that evaluation, that assessment. You can go and contest it. But if you don't have such record, what do you use to what will you use to contest? No, you will only be paying tax authority. You will only be servicing them for what you are not earning. Okay, the 9th one is for business decisions. We need bookkeeping for business decision. I just told us earlier on, if you have your records right, if you have your total sales and total expenses, and you have your daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly, or even annual records, when you look through those figures will speak to you. Sometimes it will help you to know where or who you are paying more. It will help you to know which of your total clients or customers that are buying more from you, because your record will show. Your record per customer will show who are your main customers, who are your key customers. It will help you now to make up decisions, to make some business decisions. Sometimes you observe from your record that your product is seasonal. There's a period when you are struggling to catch up with demand. Meanwhile, there are other periods where if you're not careful, you produce, and there were so many returns over a period. Okay, so if you know that record, when it comes to that season, you will reduce your quantity you're producing. Otherwise, you continue to have wastages. Wastages are simply, they will add to your cost, which will eat into your profit. So it's very good that you keep records. Your figures speak to you. They speak to you if you can look at them. It will also help you to know which of your expenses is hitting you hard. Sometimes, when you discover that this is what you can go and renegotiate, or you can look for another source of those purchases. I mean, if you're buying from a particular customer who is so uncompromisingly high in their price, you can go elsewhere. You will not know unless you keep records. So record is one of the things that helps you to make that. Okay, so when you have known all this, now the question there is, how do we keep the records? How am I sure I am keeping the proper attention record for my business? Now let's consider the rules. Rule number 1 is that you record all transactions. It's already given from all I've said. Every transaction you ever get engaged in your business, record them. No matter how small, no matter how large, record them. Everything that took money out of your business or brought money into your business, record them. Keep a record all transactions. Keep a record of all transactions, no matter how small. Sometimes people don't know how much they spend. They spend on calling credits. Just take time each time you load your phone. Okay, if you're on pay as you go, okay, each time you load your phone, record it. for your business anyway. Record it, and at the end of the day, you add them up. End of the week, you add them up. You'll be amazed what that information will give you. The second reason, second rule is separate your business fund from your personal funds. There is nothing as dangerous as mixing your personal funds with your business funds. You know, they said that particularly for startups, legally, the Bible said it's the same person. Okay, if you don't have a limited liability company, okay, they say legally the company and the person are the same. So some of us now have taken it as a reason to keep all our funds together. No, keep your business funds from your personal funds. Each time your business is running out of money and you need to give money from your personal account, record it as loan to your business. Document it. So when your business has a profit rebound, you can pay yourself back that loan. At most, you know, at the least give a non-interest bearing loan. And sometimes you charge loan because you're moving that money from account. If you move it from an account, at least you charge the savings interest rate. Okay, so separate your money. It is most dangerous, particularly for people who start baking bread in their home. You use the gas in your house or use the electricity in your house. Okay, all the gadgets, all the equipment are the things you have in your house. And then at the end of the day, you will only add the cost of a few of those current inputs, you know, like your flour, your sugar, and stuff. And sometimes you run out of sugar, you go to your house, to your stock in the house, your family sugar, and take part of it, and you don't record it, and you will think that your business is cheap. Your business is not cheap. Your business is not, no, you are only understating your expenses, and it's going to come haunting you in the future, because you might be selling at a loss and don't know until your business moves away from your house before you will realize it. Okay, so the third reason why we must, third rule is that we must bank all sales. Okay, we must bank all sale proceeds. We must every sales you make, put the money in the bank. Don't spend money. Don't spend money from the cash they just paid you. Take the cash, go pay them into your account, and every expenditure, draw them from your account. Let me tell you one thing it does for you. You will never lose track of any funds. That's one simple way to keep your record. Anytime you pick up your bank statement, you can add up all your expenses, match them with your record. All right, because sometimes in the heat of business, you might forget to record in your cash book some of the sales you made or some of the expenses you made. But if you can see your bank statement and every expense is withdrawn from the bank, at most, when you're withdrawing a bulk sum for several expenses, keep a list of those things, all right, and attach them to your withdrawal document. These 10 items I am buying, okay, you can tag the drawer. So make sure that you bank all your sales and you withdraw from your bank all your expenses. That is rule number 3. Rule number 4 is reconcile your cash book against your bank statement of account at least once every month. Do them monthly. Why? Banks, they are run by human beings. Okay, they make mistakes. Sometimes they post the deposit you have paid, you have made into your account, they post it to a wrong account. So if you don't check your account, if you don't reconcile your cash book and your bank statement, you might not know the funds that are missing. Sometimes a debit that was made for another account can be thrown into your own account. So it's good to keep bank statements, bank records. Okay, I didn't mention that from what I've said, you can infer it that one of the best things to do once you start a business, go and open an account for that business. Okay, open an account for that business. So it will help you to lodge in all your deposit, all sales proceeds, okay, and withdraw all your expenses. It's even easier now. You don't even need to issue check in most of the places. You can just issue transfer to them right away. Okay, so it's good that you reconcile your statement of account. your bank statement of account against your cash book so that you're sure that two of them are up to date. Rule number 4 is that say engage an auditor or an accounts clerk. Okay, as soon as you can afford it. Don't go and engage them when you can afford it. Continue to do it yourself at the beginning until such a time where your business has grown. It's grown beyond your capacity to run that business and keep these records. Engage an auditor, okay, or an accounts clerk. That will help you to ensure that your records are kept for the reasons we have mentioned earlier on. The next is that review your reports periodically. Review all your periodic report. What do we mean by that? Your bank statement, after they give it to you every month here in Nigeria, or sometimes you can make on the spot demand, all right? But usually statements of account are issued every month. When you have it every month, review it and keep it somewhere, file it somewhere. Okay, next month, the one for next month, file it on top of it. And that way, sometimes when you look at those bank statements, it will speak to you. You will know the month you're doing more business. You will know from your turnover. Sometimes you will see that you have so much money that you're not using now. You don't need to leave them if you're on a current account. You can move them into interest earning account if you review your statement from time to time. Thank you so much for your time. Oh, thank you so much for your time. I hope we were really blessed this morning. I don't know about you. Each time I go through these sessions, despite the fact that I made the presentations, I keep adding to knowledge myself. Thank you very much. And apologies for those of us who got the notice that our session will start late. Will start earlier this morning. You know, technology. I had already made such a broadcast, but for some reason, my data decided to take a short break. So I never knew they were not delivered until when I was almost ready to come on live, you know, on this stage. Thank you, and we bless God for helping us to overcome. Yesterday, like I was saying, I never knew that there were a lot of updates. So they were conflicting with our system yesterday. Thank you so very much. I don't know if the said president is here. If our said president is here, please, can she be brought upstage, so that, okay. Sorry, Your Excellency. I also wanted to share that information quickly with you. So we're going to allow our said president to talk to us a little bit about our upcoming graduation ceremony. A lot of posts are currently on our platform, but I can bet you, I can assure the leadership, no more than 20% of you are reading all those things. So maybe it might be easier to speak to them. If they cannot read, at least they can remember the heard. Okay, so Your Excellency, can you address your people briefly before we make general announcement and then close? Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. Good morning, everyone. How are we doing today? I hope you're powerfully charged with the message that we have heard today. It reminded me of a lot of things as well for my business. So I'm excited. I will go back and look at my turnovers and everything and make sure that I'm keeping all my records. My accountant is doing a great job, but I will also check as well. So just a gentle reminder, we are doing so well in class. Thank you, governors, for sharing our messages in the class. We appreciate you. We don't take you for granted. You are doing an amazing work. But just to remind everyone who is joining us on the platform right now, that we are having amazing things happening. I'm sure you're enjoying your class. I am enjoying my fruit art class. I will tell you, I think it's the best thing since sliced bread, they say. So I'm hoping you're enjoying your class. We are sharing messages through the governors, and I'm hoping that you're seeing them. Can I please encourage you to please read them and respond? Two things I want to bring to your notice. You would have seen posts about our upcoming graduation. I'm so excited. I hope you are too. And for that graduation, we need you. We are graduating. We need to celebrate. We need to have us a good time. We've spent time learning. You know, I always say you play and you work. So we're working, so we need to play. So this is an opportunity to showcase yourself. So please, can I encourage you, if it's singing, if it's dancing or a choreography, if it's a poetry, if it's a word you want to say, can you please just respond to the post through your governor, so that you can have an amazing opportunity to showcase yourself. You never just know. Can I say that again? You just never know. So please respond if this is something that you would like to. In terms of the classes as well, please attend, use your correct names, the names that you signed up with. Dsap, very, very important. Make sure you start on time as well, because the attendance is automatic. Make sure you turn on your cameras like I'm doing right now. We want to see your face. We want to know who we're talking to as well. It's much fun that way as well. Just to leave you with a word of encouragement, in life, there is no failure. You either win or you learn. So I believe that this journey with Dsap, this journey with you, we are learning together and we'll make the most of it. God bless you. If there's any queries, any questions, please just send them my way, send them through your governors. Please speak out. We are here to help. We are here to work together as a team. United we stand. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir, for the opportunity to speak to my classmates.
All right, thank you very much, Your Excellency. Please, I made an announcement earlier on. I want to reemphasize on that right now. Please stop calling me. All students, stop calling me or bombarding my phones with your messages. In fact, sometimes I get all manner of screenshots. I am not your PMA. That phone number that ends with 8054 is not your PMA. I am the registrar. Okay? Many of you, the things you should be discussing with your PMA, you get to me. Maybe because I have been attending to a couple of you. I think now they tell them, if you have an issue, call the registrar. Please note, effective from today, I will not respond to you. You have your PMAs in your classes to attend to you. Now you have your governors who have also joined. All right, you have your facilitators who will attend to you on academic matters. Like I used to tell many of you, I don't know how you sign into your Seesaw app, so I can't help you. Your Seesaw app, we have 15 platforms, and I belong to the 15 platforms. But you know what? I don't have any of the codes on my head because I don't need it. I don't sign into your Seesaw platforms. So when you spend all the time asking me, instead of asking your PMA, you're just wasting time. And if you don't respond, your assignment may come late. You know, we have also, we have instructed all our PMAs with confirmation of the facilitators. Any of you who refuse to do the assignment of last week, they will remove you by the end of today. We're not going to carry people who just turn on their attendance. This is, like we said, this is a certificated program. Our intention is not just to give you certificate, but to ensure that you know what you're doing. And I can tell you, practice is the only thing that helps you to perfect in this knowledge. So if you are not perfect, if you're not practicing, it can only show us by the fact that you're doing assignments. We don't want to carry people who won't do assignment. This is not a video cast. This program is not a video show. All right? It's not you coming to cinema to watch and walk away. No, it's an intensive hands-on learning program. So please, part of the measurement standard is that you do your assignments. And those of you who attended the online induction, you also remember I told you, your weekly assignment all will tie up to your graduation. Because at the end of the day, your capstone project, it's a summation of all your simple assignments with a little more addition that will lead you to the final project, okay, that you're doing. So if you miss some of the assignment, you can never complete the project. So if you're still here, you're busy, you tell me, even if you are the one who starts all the platform for us and you're not doing assignment, by the end of today, they will remove you. And when they remove you, I won't get your calls. All right, so don't bother calling me. You know, because I like when people obey simple instructions. We pleaded with you from the beginning. When you pay attention to instructions, it makes life easy for you. We brought you here to teach you. We are living a lot. Okay, we are forgoing a lot of things in our personal, family, and business lives to be a blessing to you. Stop wasting our time, I beg you. You know what I tell people? No, I don't like people to waste my time. My time is my life. I don't waste it. I only invest it. So this program is an investment we are making in your life because we know that God will bless us here and also in eternity. So please don't play with it because it is free of charge. It's not free to to us. It's costing us a lot, just like the life of Christ. Christianity is free. Okay, righteousness is free. But let me tell you the truth. It costs the life of the Son of God. It's never free to God. Heavy prices are paid to help us. So please take advantage of it. Because tomorrow you never can tell. Maybe along the line, my great-grandchildren might draw back from you the investment I am making today. That's why I don't take my being with you this session for granted. Okay? So please, let's sign into the classes with the names with which we registered. You will not be allowed into the class. And then during the sessions, many of you will be bombarding me with calls. Please help me, okay, to also maintain some sanity. You can't believe some people call me to 12, after 11, just to ask me the fact that their videos are not playing. Their training videos are not playing. You know why I have not lost it in some instances? Because I am a man under authority. I know that I'm here for an assignment. So please help me to maintain sanity so that I wake up early in the morning and most of the time start up these assemblies. Thank you so very much. Admin, do you have any additional announcement?
No, sir. Good morning, sir.
Morning, Deputy Registrar. Do you have something I left out?
No, sir. Thank you. Good morning, sir.
Okay, thank you, everyone. So see you in class. Oh, somebody asked a question. Sorry, please, a pertinent question at the assembly. The person was asking if there is any how she can avoid registering with government. You cannot run businesses without registration, without registering your business with government. It begins registration with CAC. They're the one that gives you a certificate that you have a business. If you don't have, your business is not registered, it's only with you. All right. There are many things you cannot do with that. There are many businesses they cannot give you, many contracts you can never win. There are many places people who cannot engage you. That's one. Two is what we call TIN, your task identification number. It's good to register it from the beginning so that you are the one that will go to tax authority. You're the one that will give them what they want, okay? Because you keep your records right. I hope that met the answer to your question. See you in class and God bless.